give you an update on my gardens. It's May 15th, 7 in the morning. And let's start with the driveway garden here. The creeping phlox is looking good. Lilies are coming up. Irises are starting to bud. I'm excited about this azalea starting to bloom. That's going to look really pretty here. I transplanted it last year, so I'm glad it's doing well. And everything is greening up, coming in. Got lots of different textures here. I love how the hosta, the white of the hosta peeks through. I've got some lunaria in the background. I'd like to plant more of that here, so I got to remember to scatter some more seeds. And then the lilac is doing well. I already picked a bunch of them. This is the best it's ever done since I've lived here, so I'm very excited. Then over here we have my tender tuber garden where I'm planning to plant some gladiolas and cannas and some dahlias. And the tulips are all done. I took down the fence and the netting that was around them. I still gotta pick up that grid. That was originally all under mulch and not showing, but over the winter and spring it got exposed. The daffodils are done. I need to cut those back. And we've got a butterfly bush coming in. This is a lilac in the middle, but it didn't bloom this year, but maybe next year it will. It's still young. And I have another butterfly bush coming in at the end here too. I did add a trench and some mulch around the edge so that I don't have to weed whack because my weed whacker is broken. The bricks are a bit wonky. I'm debating whether to put mortar between them to straighten them out, but I haven't decided yet. And I do have to get some fresh mulch to go on top, but I'm going to wait till I plant all my bulbs, my tubers in there first. Over here is my potting bench. I have a few plants on it that need to be taken care of soon, that I either dug up or acquired this winter and need to plant somewhere. I've got some mini daffodils and irises. I've got primrose and some curry plant that needs to go in around my roses to help keep the deer away. And I've got some pots down here my mom gave me. We bought some plants together for her porch, and I need to put them in the pots for her. And then over here is my composting, the bags that I'm filling up for compost. And here's my mulch and potting soil pile. I need to go buy some more mulch so I can get some more of that done. Okay, and over here I've got my strawberry tower and my culinary herb garden. And the herbs are coming in nicely. I'm so thankful for herbs that come back every year or reseed themselves like the parsley does. I do have some, I don't remember what it's called, coming in, and I think it might be edible, so I want to look that up before I pull it out. Most people consider it a weed, but who knows, maybe it's an herb. I've got some random, an onion or something coming up in this section, so I want to move that back with the other onions. But yeah, I've already started using some parsley in here and some not lovage. What is this one? I can't remember that one, but it tastes like celery. So great in tuna salad. And I think I might dig up these tulips and move them because like every year the deer get to them. They're just not in a good place. And then the penstemon is coming in nicely. I've got one bunch here, one bunch at the other end, as well as a couple in the cottage garden. So those are going to be beautiful. My creeping border here with lots of different thymes in it, and not thymes, sedums, and creeping jenny. And last year I had a whole bunch of alyssum, and it looks like it's coming back, all these little seedlings. This is what I was hoping to see in the cottage garden. But maybe the seeds that I put in there were no good. I don't know. I got them on Amazon. All right. Okay, so that's it for the culinary garden. Now, I had a big pile of straw and leaf mulch that I had raked off of these gardens at the beginning of spring, and I finally got that pile put back. I just put them all back in the back of this area. You can see the straw back there. And I'm planning to put some mulch over everything here, but I didn't want to waste that good compost and straw to help keep this area more moist, because I have very sandy soil. But the hostas have come in beautifully there, and the astilbes are coming in. I've got some brunera. These brunera did not bloom this year, but maybe they will next year. And there's a boxwood. The color seems a little off on this boxwood. I'm not sure if it gets too much sun or what's going on. And some of these leaves are burnt or frozen. I'm not sure. Got some damage on my rhododendron from the winter. But I've got some buds coming. Oh, there's one that's starting to crack open here. So I'm excited because usually I don't get this many buds. It looks like I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 this year. Usually I only get like 1 or 2 because this area does not get like any sun. But maybe it'll do better this year. So I got to trim off those leaves so this looks better, and I need to fertilize it too. And this poor azalea under here is like dying, so sadly I'm gonna have to take that out. Not sure what happened to it, but I think the rhododendron is just overcrowding it anyway. Another boxwood here, the hellebore. You can still see some of the blooms, and the leaves are getting really big now. And this hellebore is getting really big, so that's nice. I've got a little tiny hosta here with a spot of green. It kind of competes with the light green of the creeping jenny. So I might move those to the backyard where I could use a little more brightness, because it seems like they're not needed here. And this astilbe here, I'm thinking about making an astilbe garden in one of my circles, so I might end up moving that. This just seems like it has too many plants in it. I'd like to simplify it a little bit more. And the clematis is coming in, but I've got to train it over here to this trellis, so I would love for it to start climbing up on my porch. So we'll see if I can manage that. And then my window box, the daffodils are done, so I trimmed those back, and now the violas are still going. I thought I had more violas in here, but the chipmunks or squirrels have been digging in this a lot. I did plant some spinach in between. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of spinach growing there, just a little bit there. I did trim back the ivy because it was looking brown. So I think I want to put some creeping jenny or some kind of spiller in here. Maybe I'll take the daffodils out and put some coleus in. Now that it's starting to warm up, I can put some of the warm annuals in. And the porch pot here, the tulips are starting to fade, but the ranunculus are doing well. And I feel like this needs a spiky plant in here and something to spill over. Oh, I did plant some lettuce around the edges, and I can see some lettuce poking through here. So I might go ahead and pick some of that and use it. All right, and oh, here's this ivy used to be in a pot, and it planted itself here, but I think it looks really cute. So maybe I can take some cuttings from that to put back in this pot again. Next we have my cottage garden here. Things are coming in. I want to mulch this soon. I might take out the white stones in the front, I'm not sure, or just straighten them up. Some of them got buried, and I'm hoping the alyssum seeds I planted there will come up, but I'm a little concerned. I haven't seen very many seedlings, so we'll see. And I've got some lilies coming. I've got to keep an eye out for lily beetles, those red ones, because they were pretty prolific. A couple years ago, I captured a lot last year, so they don't seem as bad yet, but I need to keep an eye out for those. The sedum is coming in nicely in my pot. In the middle, I've got some black-eyed Susans coming, some foxglove, a big tall lily in the back, some, what do you call it, hollyhocks in the back corner. That's a weed, but I need to pull that one out. And then got more hollyhocks over here. And I think a deer chewed on this one. So I'm thinking of hanging a wind chime near it or something to try to scare it off. I'm not sure yet. But that is the cottage garden. Oh, I got to paint too. I got to paint the fences. Okay, and here we've got one of the circle gardens. Molly's coming to check it out. This is the black-eyed Susan garden, and it also has some sweet William around the border here that is coming in nicely. And I need to do some weeding in here. You can see a lot of grass. I love having the little violas for some color, because if they weren't here, there wouldn't be much color at all in here. These are false black-eyed Susans in the middle, or false sunflowers, I think. And there's a little yellow pansy that came back from last year. The mums look like they have done their own thing, and I was hoping to have like a line, like spokes coming out from the middle of mums like I did last year, but I might have to do some transplanting to make that happen. There's my sundial that's halfway buried. I need to recalibrate that. So this is the black-eyed Susan garden. The sweet Williams should bloom soon. They're really getting ready. So I finally got this garden planted, and this is my rose garden here. And these are just roses that I had in the cottage garden before that I dug up and brought over here so they could have their own little place. I actually have one more inside, a little mini rose that I want to add to this. And then I want to plant some curry around it to help keep the deer away. And I need to do some mulching too, and some pruning. These need pruning. But I'm excited to see what this is going to look like when they are in bloom. But I also want to think about what are some other interesting things I can put in here to complement these. I'm very excited about all these alliums blooming soon. This is my, what did I call this? Cones? Cones and balls is what I wanted to call this, but because cone-shaped flowers and ball-shaped flowers. But this is going to look super cute when all of these open up here. And then around the border, the silvery leaf plant is rose campion. And I need to do some weeding in here because we got a bunch of violets and grass. Oh, I do have some drumstick alliums planted between the campions that are supposed to put up little drumstick shapes. Right now they look kind of like chives. So we'll see what happens. Maybe I'm not remembering correctly. And in the middle I have a pot of marjoram and thyme left over from last year. And I'm undecided whether to leave that there or plant something else. But it might help keep the bugs away. Who knows? Of course, with all of these alliums here, they have their own scent. We might not need herbs in the middle. And in between, I also have these spokes of mums. And this is what I want the other garden to look like, to have 4 spokes like this coming out from the middle, because that looks really cute in the fall. And then in between I've got, oh, is that a globe thistle I think I have coming along in there. And I've got some guara planted. I have some coneflowers, various coneflowers in here. So by the time these alliums die back, and then those other flowers will be hopefully coming in. This garden here is going to be for basil, but it's all ready to go. I'm just waiting for the weather to get warmer. I have a bunch of basil seeds started in the back, so I'm looking forward to doing that. The rock garden in the middle is my pride and joy. I just love looking at this as I come out of the house each day, and it seems like it looks good all year round, or at least I try to make it look good. But it's looking especially good right now, I think, with the pops of yellow and purple and lavender and magenta, the anemones, the creeping phlox. There's a few forget-me-nots in here. Oh, there's another anemone popping up right there. And I love this euphorbia here, this bright euphorbia. Maybe I'll move that other euphorbia here, the darker one, to make a contrast, if it does okay in the sun. Oh, here's another columbines. My brain is not working quickly. Got some grass coming here that needs weeding, but there's so many plants in here, it seems like it mostly keeps the weeds out, which is nice. But I do need to get in here and get the grass out. And hopefully the deer will leave my hosta alone. I think it really looks nice here, but it does get a lot of sun, so it might be too sunny for it. We'll see how it goes this year. All right, this circle bed I have not planted yet. Looks like some squirrels have been digging in it, but that's going to be for my dahlias, and I've got some started in pots and some from seed in the back. But let's go over to this. This is my swords and feathers gardens. I've got a bunch of irises, some ornamental grasses, and the peonies are coming in. I had some mini daffodils in here earlier and some hyacinths, and I've got some crocosmia, so a variety of different things. I'm planning to put in maybe some celosia here later, trying to grow that from seed. I added the fence around it, trying to keep dogs from peeing on it, because a lot of dogs walk by here. And it still needs some mulching, and the bricks need straightening up. And I need to edge this one like I did these other gardens. But we ran out of mulch, so I decided to wait until we get more mulch. This is another of my rumblestone circle gardens. You can see the spokes pretty clearly on this one of the, these are the millennium alliums I put over here. I still need to figure out a border for this one, but I have some columbines coming nicely in here. These are new this year, and hopefully they'll seed out and make more. I've got another one here that's gonna bloom later, and there's another one of the purple ones, and I've got a few hostas in here. I'm not sure if those are gonna stay, if they really belong in here. I might move those somewhere else. But I was thinking I'd add more shade type of flowers in here, like a stilby and bleeding heart, which I think would be really pretty, because this gets a lot of shade from this tree right here. And over here I have my mint corner, and the mint is coming in nicely. Looks like the mint in the pot even survived over the winter. Got some hostas in the corner, which adds some interest. I have a lot of grass in here that I need to pull out, and it needs a little more mulch. But yeah, it's gonna be really nice to have all this mint in one place. And I'd like to also get some apple mint, because I don't have that kind. Maybe I'll put that in the back corner there. Garden Factory has a whole different bunch of different kinds of mint, so I'm going to look there. And then we've got my little bunny over here taking a peek over there. Okay, and this is my shady border. You can see the lilacs are doing great this year, and I was able to harvest a bunch to use in bouquets for a church event. I'm debating whether to harvest some to sell, but I don't have a lot of other things to go with it right now. Maybe when the alliums bloom, we'll see. But I love how the candy tuft is looking. Really brightens up the shade in here. I was hoping they would bloom at the same time as the tulips, but the tulips bloomed first. But I have a bunch of heucheras in here. Oh, there's still some mint coming back. And there's some forget-me-nots going wild. A little outside the garden over here. And what else do we have in here? Oh yeah, there's still some more mint coming back. So I'm going to try to transplant that mint, maybe put it in a pot somewhere. This is I've got the bushes here are hydrangea, Pinky Winky hydrangea, which is leafing out. And here we've got a forsythia that I'm hoping will get taller. And of course we have the lilac, beautiful lilac, which is putting out a bunch of suckers here at the bottom, so I need to cut those back. And we've got the euphorbia. It's a little hard to see against the leaves. So once I get some mulch in here, that will show up a little bit more. And I forget what this is called. My friend gave it to me, but apparently it's edible. So that's kind of fun to have. I have to try that. And Molly's going to help us with this garden. This is my daisy bed. It's looking a little sparse right now, so I feel like maybe put some more. The big bushy plant on the right is feverfew. So, and I have some more seedlings of that growing in the back, so I'm thinking maybe I need to add some more of that. But there are some daisies coming. They're just kind of looking quiet right now, and there's some mums coming back. I think this is just slower growing, and I need to put something in the middle. I'm thinking lemongrass or possibly corn, a fountain of corn in the middle, or maybe some sunflowers in the middle since it's a daisy theme. That might go nice with that. But sunflowers, I don't know if they'll do good in a pot because they've got a long taproot. So looks like some bugs have been getting to my violas. But I do like these little English daisies. I'm trying to make a border of those all the way around. So, and once I get this mulched again and weeded and something in the middle, some more color, it'll look better. So this was my project this week, was putting these bricks and pavers underneath the arch, because it was just grass and it was getting very weedy looking because I couldn't trim the grass on the edges that was coming up next to the boxes because it was behind the wire. So I dug it all out. I put some pavers in here, and I'm going to be mulching the border. And I'm undecided whether to put mulch or gravel, or maybe plant some sedum between the boxes and the bricks to fill that area so it doesn't grow back with grass and weeds. And I also planted some, what do you call this? Black-eyed Susan vine, Sunny Lemon Star. So that is a vine that's going to grow up on both sides of this. So I'm excited about that. I have some sweet peas coming here. And then on this side, I've got some peas for eating, some snap peas. So I'm excited about those. And then over here, I dug out a new section to make this curve. Before, this line here was just coming to here straight, which made this corner hard to mow. So I decided to dig that out and make it nice and curved to make it easy to mow. I am going to edge that when I get some more mulch. And then I've got to fill this in with some more herbs, because this is my tea garden over here, which Molly is watching over. And I did get a chance to mulch that. I'm going to put a stepping stone here so I can just step over. But I did get a chance to mulch this, which makes it look a lot better. And the herbs are coming nicely. This morning I want to pick some lemon balm, which is right here, to make some tea. Oh, that smells so good. Oh yes. I'm just going to pick a little bit to add to my tea. And yeah, so I'm excited about all these herbs coming back again. This is the kitchen path garden, because it's right in front of my kitchen window. And the irises are coming up nicely. The hostas are coming in. I do need to put some fresh mulch on here. The lemon lace, elderberry. The brunera has been blooming, so that's been nice to have these flowers blooming here. Here's another one. This is another false sunflower. I might move that over to the Black-eyed Susan garden. Or maybe I should put it in the daisy bed. I don't know. Oh, speaking of daisies, these are Montauk daisies, but this gets really huge and bushy, which is why I moved it out of the daisy garden. And I think it's going to do well here. So we're going to let it stay here. And I've got a hydrangea coming here. I love the leaves of the brunera. Okay, and here we have my flower farm. So I need to do a bunch of planting in here. I've been waiting for the weather to get warm enough. And I want to chop the straw finer so that the flowers can come up between the straw easier. The yarrow's coming. I need to fertilize in here. The, what do you call this? It makes a lacy flower. Can't think of the name of it right now, but it's coming along nice. It's planted itself, and I just want to leave it. Even though it's not in the flower bed, I can still use it. So I'm making a big shadow here. Oh, and the Canterbury bells are coming nicely. They look like they're gonna bloom pretty soon. They're making their buds. Look at all those nice buds there. Yeah, very nice. All right, and this part here is magical to me. I love how the lunaria, it's right in the shade right now, so when the sun comes up it'll look even neater. But I love coming through this part. I feel like I'm entering a magical world with the lunaria and the sweet woodruff and the ferns. Just everything looks very sweet in here. Coming down this path through this arch. And over here, I've got some things to do in the yard here, but this is Molly's area. I'm hoping to make this back area a no-mow area, so I might dig out some of the grass. I know she likes to roll in the grass too, so I want to leave some, but maybe put some forget-me-nots back here or some other wildflowers. And then back here we've got some more magic with the lunaria. I've got some sweet peas coming here, so I need to put a trellis here so they have something to climb, because this fence used to be over there, but I moved it last year so I could have access to these plants easier. So now I need to give them something to climb. The nepeta, the catmint, is coming in nicely. That's going to look beautiful. Wow, I love how the sun is just peeking over the house right now, lighting these up. I do have some peonies back here, so hopefully we'll get some blooms. Oh, I see some buds. Yeah, there's definitely some peony buds coming. The ones up front I might not get much this year because I just transplanted them last year. Look at how the lunaria glows when the sun hits them. Love it. Here's a cat watching over his catnip. And then back here I've got the frog pond area. I haven't filled the barrel with water yet, but I'm hoping to put a pump in there. Then the frog's going to have to maybe go to the side. We'll see. And I do want to clean up this area, maybe move the gravel over to surround this area, and then put some mulch in here. The ornamental grass is starting to come back. Oh, the hosta got eaten by the deer. I don't know if I should just give up on hosta back here, or put a wind chime over it, or I don't know. Need to figure that out. I do want to put some bird feeders back here to go with the bird bath and the pond it's going to be. Then I have my compost piles with all the sod that I dug up from my project out front. The dry shade garden, I do have something blooming in here. I discovered, I had forgotten I had planted this primrose last year. So I think I'm going to put the other primrose that's on my bench out front back here. And my plan is to fill this area with ferns because they seem to do good everywhere. And I do have this Adirondack fern in the middle that's coming up slowly. So I'm excited about that. And there's another on the other side that I might transplant over here and maybe keep them separate from the shuttlecock ferns. These are the shuttlecock ones. This might be a Adirondack one. This looks different. I don't know. But these have come back in these pots. I just winter them over. Oh, here's another, is that an Adirondack one? Maybe it is. So, oh, and the dead nettle is coming back too, so that's great. And then over here, I need to put some annuals in these pots. The hostas wintered over nicely. Put some annuals in this wagon here, just some pots, but I need to put some drainage holes in here because it keeps collecting water. And I need to put some annuals in here. I've my canopy set up thanks to my kids helping me on Mother's Day. I asked for a work day for Mother's Day, so they did a bunch of stuff for me. And then I put all my winter sewing tubs and buckets and jugs on the table, and I need to open them all and get them planted, transplanted. So a lot of them have grown. You can see inside the seedlings have come. Some were slower than others, but now they are definitely ready to be opened. So I really have to do that this weekend. Look, this one is coming out the top. All right. And I don't remember if I showed this before, but I got this greenhouse. Let me open it up. So this is the greenhouse that I got at Aldi's that I have been using to put my seedlings in. Actually, I need to take them out this morning to put on the table so they can get some air. But, some of them are not doing great. It didn't have a lot of germination, but then there's other trays where I had a whole bunch of germination. So I'm gonna take those out and put them on this table over here so they can get some fresh air. They don't get a lot of sun right now because they're under the canopy, which is under this tree. But before the leaves came out, they were getting some good sunshine, and they do get an angle, well, they used to get an angle from this side before all the leaves came out. So, but they're going to be going in the ground soon, so I think they'll be okay.